Mrs. Welcome back to Good Morning Antigua Barbuda. Hope you've been enjoying our program thus far. We're on the tail end of our program today, but of course we continue to motivate and educate you. If you need to be mobile, do stay tuned at 90.5 on the FM. And sitting with me this morning is Sharon L. Simmons, and she's the President, CEO of Trafalgar Solutions, and she's in Antigua and Barbuda to assist the government with its fight against crime. But let me just give you a bit of a background on Mrs. Simmons before I officially introduce her. Sharon Simmons is an entrepreneur and brings 30 years of logistic management experience to Trafalgar Solutions with goals to combat crime using technology to change the way we report crime today. Sharon's newest product, I Got 'em, will empower citizens, reduce crime, and allow users to combat crime within their communities by uploading incidents to the nearest law enforcement office. The I Got 'em app 1.0 is presently available in iTunes. Also, she also is a mentor for the youth. She has a startup weekend in Oklahoma, California, Black Male Achievement as a super mentor to young black males between the ages of 7 to 18, expanding her reach globally with plans to work with young girls and single moms in Ghana, as well as plans to launch her crime report app, I Got 'em, during the first quarter of 2015. Mentor at Yes We Code Hackathon in partnership with Prince Essence Festival, and Rebuild the Dream founder Van Jones. And also the technical advocate, opening speaker at the Top Blacks in Technology Award during SWSX, that's in March 2012. And she has several award recognitions. She has also written books, and we'll get all of those details later in the interview. Good morning, Mrs. Simmons. Welcome to Good Morning Antigua Barbuda. I'm so proud to be sitting with you, a young black woman who has had so much achievement and also giving back. Yes. To not only your people, but also in Ghana and now here in Antigua and Barbuda as well. So you have, there's an app, I Got 'em, which is a crime-fighting app that you're looking to bring to the nation of Antigua and Barbuda. But tell us, what inspired you to develop this app? Because I know you told me this story earlier.
Yeah. What inspired me was I had an unfortunate situation in my family. I was on workers' comp, and I was home. I hurt myself at work, and I got a phone call that my nephew had been shot and killed while playing basketball with some friends. He was 18 years old. He lived in St. Kitts, and the problem that arose was that a lot of the children there saw what happened, and they knew the guy, but they were too afraid to tell the police who it was for fear of retaliation. Mm-hmm. So this guy who killed my nephew, cold blood, he shot him in the back, and this guy got away with murder at the time. I was so upset about it. I wasn't able to go to St. Kitts to go to the funeral or anything like that, but I thought to myself, what can I do in Houston? You know, it is so far away. I'm not in law enforcement. Like, you know, what can I do? And so I thought about it, and I thought, well, you know, what is the problem? And the problem is that the community has information. Law enforcement needs that information. So I had to try to figure out how to get the two of them together without them knowing each other, knowing about each other. So I thought, well, why not use technology? This happened in 2011, so during that time, there was a lot of apps coming up. So I thought, well, why don't I just create an app? So I went online, I typed in, how do you create an app? And how do you make money on apps? And do I need a developer? What do I say to developers? So I used Google as my go-to, because I didn't have any friends that was in the technology industry or that were engineers. And I totally work in a totally different industry. I work in aircraft maintenance, logistics. So we do handle problems. So I took that skill and I related it to problem solving. So that's what inspired me.
And as you said too, which is very important, and the same thing here in Antigua and Barbuda, where people are afraid to report what they've seen or what they've heard or what they know because they're afraid of retaliation. And as you said, this app will provide them the ability to do so and still remain anonymous.
Exactly.
All right. And of course, what impresses me also is that you have no technological, or you had no technological background at the time when you did this app. So tell us about the app, how it works, where it's available, things like that.
Okay, so when I decided to create this app, my thought was, how do I want it to function? Since, I'm not a developer. So how would I like to see it function? So the way it works is you launch the app, you take a picture, you make a note what you saw, and make sure that you're safe when you do it. It's not like not like a Superman app where you see a crime and you're taking a picture. I'm gonna take a picture of you. It's not like that. You're gonna be safe when you use it. Take a picture, you make your note, and then you hit enter, and the app is gonna do the rest. It has a GPS location in it, so it knows where you are. So you don't have to say, I'm on the corner of give me a street here. On the corner of Nevis Street. You don't have to say that. Just make your note, hit enter, close it, and you're done.
That's excellent. A GPS, so the police will know exactly where that incident is happening.
Exactly.
And it's available in iTunes stores. It's also available on your cell phones.
Then as well.
Android.
Yeah.
And Apple.
Yes.
Okay, that's excellent. So last year, I know you tried to make contact with the then Minister of Security, Dr. Errol Court.
Yes.
But that did not really materialize because of the different activities, the timing, and everything. So you have a meeting planned tomorrow with the Honorable Stedroy Benjamin, the now Minister of National Security. So what is your approach? What do you hope to achieve in that meeting?
That meeting is today, and I would like to introduce this to him, and hopefully that he understands that this is a tool to help law enforcement and to better the relationship between the community and law enforcement, to give law enforcement more investigative information. They may not be able to use it in court, but they will be able to use it to further their investigation. For those who say, I didn't see nothing, I didn't see anything, but somebody saw it. So I'm hoping to be able to impact his creative thinking to take this and run with it. And this is the reason why I'm here, to do that.
And the response time too, I'm assuming, would be even better because once you send that photo and it goes into the system, I want to assume that maybe every cop will have whether a cell phone or a device that would receive that information, and the response time would even be greater with regard to responding to that incident.
Yes, it's a custom design. Once we decide, or if he decides he wants to use it, my company will set up a web portal for information to go into. Now, this information that goes into the cloud will be scrambled, and once it goes into a law enforcement's web portal, the information is anonymous, or it's cleaned off. There's no email address or that person's name or that person's IP phone address, so it'll be all cleaned off. So
that's excellent, and I do hope that, I'm sure that the minister certainly will find it useful, because I think definitely it's something that we require here, because we said the problem here is as well, reporting, and that is very important. But we're short on time this morning, unfortunately. But just finally, I know you said, you also have a book that you've developed that actually details or will tell someone how the steps to go through to develop an app, and that's get the app out of your head. You've had very good reviews on that book as well. And of course, with regard to motivating, you're also hoping to be able to sit with the children, maybe in schools, in colleges, in Antigua and Barbuda, to also motivate them, even to let them realize, look, you don't have to be a techie and all of this to really try to do something.
Right.
And of course, with the government-assisted technology endeavor as well, that would be great, because they're now looking at developing apps for telephones and everything. So we do look forward to having you back in Antigua and Barbuda. I wish you all of the very best on your meeting today.
Thank you.
And we do look at having you back to develop this app, and even, as you say, to speak with the children in Antigua and Barbuda to, motivate them and to get them better prepared. It's a pleasure having you with us. Any final words?
Oh, it's a pleasure being here. This is not my first time, but I'm looking forward to working with the island of Antigua.
Thank you. It's Good Morning Antigua, Barbuda, and of course it is Mrs. Simmons, Sharon L. Simmons, President and CEO of Trafalgar Solutions, and she will be meeting with the Minister of National Security in Antigua and Barbuda, the Honorable Stedroy Benjamin, with regard to the I Got Him app to better improve security and crime in the nation of Antigua and Barbuda. So we definitely look forward to that. That is very much needed. It's Good Morning Antigua, Barbuda. We return in a moment.